A branding agreement, also known as a brand partnership or branding collaboration, is a legally binding contract between two parties that outlines the terms and conditions of a business relationship involving the use of a brand or intellectual property. In a branding agreement, one party permits the other party to use its brand, trademarks, logos, or other intellectual property for various purposes, such as marketing, promotion, product development, or co-branding. Branding agreements are common in various industries, such as entertainment, fashion, sports, and consumer goods. They are used to form partnerships, collaborations, and licensing agreements, allowing brands to expand their reach and the licensee or partner to leverage an established brand's recognition and reputation. It usually begins with a binding contract between two parties that outlines the terms and conditions of a business relationship involving the use of a brand or intellectual property. Hi, my name is Debbie Eagle, and I'm the Streets Entertainment Attorney. And if this is of interest to you and you find this helpful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me everywhere at eMusic Entertainment. Now we will move back to branding agreements. So, some of the general terms that are typically included in a branding agreement are identification of parties. The legal names and contact information of both parties are clearly specified. The scope of the agreement. It defines the purpose and scope of the partnership, outlining the specific products, services, or marketing campaigns involved. Duration and term. The start and end date of the agreement are determined, as well as conditions for renewal or termination. Intellectual property rights. The agreement details who owns the right to the brand, trademarks, copyrights, or other intellectual property used in the partnership. Compensation and royalties. The payment structure is outlined, including any upfront fees, royalties, bonuses, or other forms of compensation. Exclusivity. If applicable, it specifies whether the partner will have exclusivity in a specific category or industry. Quality control. Guidelines for maintaining the quality and reputation of the brand are established. Termination and exit clauses. Conditions under which the agreement can be terminated and the associated consequences are defined. Protection of confidential information shared during the partnership is addressed. Indemnification. How each party is protected from legal liabilities arising from the agreement is outlined. Marketing and promotion. Details about how the brand will be promoted, including advertising, social media, and PR campaigns are included. Performance obligations. Responsibilities and expectations of both parties, such as public appearances, promotional activities, and the use of the brand are detailed. Dispute resolution. A mechanism for resolving disputes, whether through negotiation, arbitration, or mediation, is established. Governing law. The jurisdiction and governing law that will apply to the agreement are determined. Today's artists are frequently approached by companies who want to access the artist's social media to promote their goods. It is crucial to know what terms are needed to protect your intellectual property when you are approached by a company for a deal. Social media plays a crucial role in modern brand agreements, and control over how it is managed and used should be a very important part of the negotiation and agreement. The terms for controlling social media in brand agreements can vary widely depending on the needs and expectations of both parties and who writes the agreement. Here are some typical terms you might encounter. Approval and posting guidelines. Either party can require that the alternative party seek approval before posting any content related to the brand on their social media accounts. Posting guidelines can include rules about the frequency of posts, content, themes, and style. Content review and edits. Specify whether the brand has the right to review and make edits or suggestions to social media content before it's published. Brand messaging consistency. Ensure that the parties maintain consistency with the brand's messaging, tones, and values in their social media posts. Social media account access. Determine whether the brand should have access to the artist's social media accounts for posting or monitoring purposes. Exclusivity and competing brands. Address whether the artist is allowed to endorse or promote competing brands on their social media platforms during the agreement. Use of hashtags. Specify whether the artist should use specific branded hashtags or mentions when promoting the brand. Scheduled posts and content calendar. Establish a schedule for social media posts and content creation to ensure a consistent online presence. Monitoring and analytics. Determine how social media performance will be monitored and measured and which party is responsible for tracking analytics. Removal of content. Decide under what circumstances the brand can request the removal or modification of specific social media posts. Crisis management. Address how to handle social media crises or negative publicity, including public relations and crisis communication strategies. Intellectual property and ownership. Clarify who owns the rights to social media content and the implications for usage after the agreement ends. Non-disparagement and brand protection. Include clauses that prevent the music artist from making negative comments about the brand or engaging in activities that could harm the brand's reputation. Dispute resolution. Establish a mechanism for resolving disputes related to social media usage, including potential violations of the agreement's social media terms. Termination of social media rights. Specify what happens to the rights and access to social media accounts and content in case of early termination or expiration of the agreement. As you can see, these terms can be highly customized to meet the specific needs and expectations of the brand and the artist. It is important to ensure that both parties are comfortable with the level of control and access to social media accounts, as well as the type of content and messaging shared on these platforms. In the end, it is best to consult with legal counsel to draft and negotiate these terms appropriately.